Are you all ready for this? Oh. Yeah. I think this is the basketball song. Do they play this on basketball? Am I gonna get copyright struck? Hello, happy Friday! I never stream Fridays, but I am here today, and we are gonna heckin' play Moray's Attorney, and I'm just not even gonna wait, y'all. I'm not even gonna wait. I'm just gonna do it. It's happening. I'm turning off the game chops. Yeah! Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, no. No! I'm so sorry, Lila. You made me double check mine. I was like, wait, was I muted? Hello, hello. Good morning, Lila. I know it's a weird Friday. Friday. Gotta get down on Friday. I don't think I'll ever give up on that song, you know what I mean? Alright, so usually I stop at the end of a chapter, but we hit the time limit, and I knew there was like a lot more, so I didn't want to like keep going. Winter Shadows, hello! How comfy is this Catboy? All the way. 100 per million billion %. Hello, Winter Shadow, how are you? Alright, so we need to... What we're trying to do is cast doubt on the credibility of our fancy pants William Shamspeare, the accuser. And these people work for the gas company, and I guess this guy was like, oh, he's stealing gas, and she's like, yeah, there's a good reason we think he's stealing gas. And now we're gonna find out what that is. So here we go! I'm proud to be the company's East End branch investigator and meet a money collection agent. Altamont gas meters accept... Oh, God. Threepenny bits. Threepenny? Threepenny bits, each coin giving customers about 2 hours of gorgeous gas. And yet, they're all bee-themed, I love it. And yet, the meter in Mr. Shamspeare's room didn't have a single coin in it. The meter doesn't appear to have been tampered with, though, and the collection agent has the only key. Somehow, he's using all the flaming gas he wants without paying a penny. If that's not thieving, what is? Uh-oh. They're so cute. Yeah, drink it for once. Drink the wine. Don't throw it, I swear to God. Pray forgive the discourtesy. The irrelevance of this testimony caused me to turn to my hollow chalice. I had to start drinking because of this testimony.
What do you mean by that remark, Lord Van Zieks?
Did the mustachioed Nipponese poison the gangling excuse for an actor? What? What? Oh, okay. Did the mustachioed Nipponese, poison the gangling excuse for an actor, or didn't he? That is all that should concern this court. And yet, now we must listen to this abhorrence. No! Clearly, what separates the vast British Empire and your Eastern Island nation is more than geographical distance. But this could turn out to be crucial testimony. The cross-examination must go ahead. Stop! You're so wasteful. Do what you will. Lord Van Zieks appears to be in a violent mood. Yes, he does. The poor wine. An attempted poisoning and an incidence of gas theft with no supporting evidence. It's true that they would appear completely unrelated at first glance, but I wonder, truth tends to be buried in the most unusual places, and the first step in uncovering it will be to establish just who and what this man really is. Yeah, he's certainly something. Yeah, baby.
I'm proud to be the company's East End branch investigator.
Hold it! Hold it! Stop right there! So does that mean you enter people's houses in order to empty their gas meters? Sharky, hello.
That I do. I have to try to catch people when they're in. Then I ask permission to come inside and do my business. I piss on the floor.
Does that mean you've been into Mr. Natsume's room before, as well as that of Mr. Shamspear?
Well now, interesting you should bring that up, because I couldn't believe how little money was in his meter. I mean, how the pair of them survived the winter is beyond me, it really is.
Knowing Mr. Natsume, he probably spends all his gas money on books. And then when he's finished reading them, he probably burns them for warmth.
You will kindly reiterate your statement about the gas meters themselves, Mr. Meterman. Not much to say, really, but as you wish.
Suki, hello, how are you?
All to my gas meters except threepenny bits, each coin giving customers about 2 hours of religious gas.
So all London houses that have a gas supply are fitted with these gas meters, are they? They're the latest model, the height of technology, developed by our company, Altamont Gas. And anyone who uses our gas will have one of these meters in their property, yes. Hope you are well. I hope you're well, too. Yeah, his name's Adron B. Meterman. Adron B. Meterman. These are all bee-themed. Yeah, I'm doing okay. I tested negative for COVID, like, 10 minutes ago, so that's cool. That's dope. Feel pretty good about that. So if a 3-pence coin gives 2 hours of gas, oh, threepenny, 3 pence. Most people would use about 3 coins a night.
A bit more than that, usually. If they have both gas lights and a gas stove, that is.
Thinking about it, Sasaki-san doesn't have a fireplace in that room of his, does he? That's amazing. Hell yeah. Forgot it was still a thing. Unfortunately, yes. I had reason to suspect I was infected. I'm gonna check again, but I'm tested okay for now, so we'll see. Some people still choose to use candles, of course, and only have gas for heating. Ah, yes, I do remember seeing candles in Mr. Natsume's room, actually. And how does the money in the meter get back to you at the gas company?
Every 3 days, gasmen like me visit properties on the gas supply and empty the meters of coins.
I must say, the design and manufacture of the new meter cost the company an awful lot of money. But happily, it did put a stop to people not paying their dues, for the most part. Ah, because they have to pay in advance, you mean? Yes, exactly right. Ah, he's got a bee umbrella. And yet, the meter in Mr. Shamspear's room didn't have a single coin in it. Out of interest, how long has this been going on?
Weeks and weeks. He's been pinching gas off us for ages. And you've examined the meter in Mr. Shamspear's room, I take it.
You're gonna eat? Hell yeah, get a food. Naturally, we took it off the wall and went over it with a fine-tooth comb. And found nothing suspicious at all, I presume? No, I'm afraid we didn't. Which is exactly why I demanded a new type of meter to be produced. One with an indestructible lock. The Sham-Spear Special. That sounds like it would have cost an awful lot of 3-penny pieces. But even after that, the rascal's meter was still empty.
I'll never forget the humiliation. When I opened up the money box and found it bare. You what? I said, you what? And the look on his face, that smarmy smile of his. I pulled the meter straight off the wall and took it back to the office. But you know what? Nothing. Not a trace of it being jemmied open anywhere, not a single sign. And what's happening to my salary as a result? Down by 3 shillings a day, that's what.
A life-threatening situation in a number of ways. I think, alright, listen up. I haven't played these cases yet. I feel like the answer has to be, so this used to have a little medallion on the inside, and I bet, it's kind of hard to see, there's no context for the size, but I bet he's putting those, we don't know what happened to it, it disappeared. So maybe it's some sort of cold coin that he's putting his soap out there, he's hollowed it out, putting whatever in there, water or like what have you, I guess, putting that in the machine. That is my hypothesis. That is my guess. Incidentally, what became of that meter?
Nothing became of it. I've still got it.
Oh.
Right here.
No wonder they call you Meterman.
I think it would be prudent for the court to sequester this item while the trial is ongoing.
The gas meter is in the shit. Oh my god. Let's look at it. Let's examine it. Yeah, baby. There's gonna be wax. What? I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what? Oh, what's... Have you spotted something, Mr. Naruhodo? Just here. There's a little hole. Do you see? Goodness, you're right. I wouldn't have noticed. Not a very neat hole, is it? It's not professionally made, I'd say. So, you think it might have been opened up by Mr. Shamspear? Possibly. It seems the people at Altamont Gas must have missed it. Well, it certainly seems to go all the way through the inside. Yes, but there's no way a coin could fit through there. That's true, but even so... It's got a little hole on it. Nubla, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Mew crew. How are you? Welcome. It's a very sturdy looking padlock, isn't it? And the money box is sealed with beeswax too. So if Mr. Sholmes were to get up into any mischief, he'd be found out immediately. Mr. Naruhodo, mischief of that kind is not the sort of thing that Mr. Sholmes would... You know you didn't finish that sentence, didn't you? Well, anyway! It's understandable that the gas company would want to safeguard the money that's rightfully theirs. It does feel a little over the top, perhaps, doesn't it? Maybe. I don't know. I just work here. I don't know nothing about no gas. Except when I fill up my own room with fart gas. Get it? Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Okay, let's continue. Definitely, although at first glance, there doesn't appear to be anything unusual about it. Let's move this along, shall we? Continue with your testimony. Though I would say it has much value. It has as much value as the contents of that meter. Oof. I like this character a lot. That meter doesn't appear to have been tampered with, though. The collection agent has the only key. Do I just present? It's got a... Objection! It has, I mean, it's been tampered with. Lady Altamont, I'm afraid to say... This meter clearly does show signs of having been tampered with. What?
Get away! I've been over and over that thing. I'm telling you, there's nothing wrong with it.
In that case... Oh, he's so confident. What do you have to say about the small hole that's been made at the base of the coin box?
Oh, what?
You're right. You're quite right. There's a little hole there. How did they miss that? I found it, like, immediately. Those meters aren't supposed to have that. None of the others do. In other words, we can assume that Mr. Shamspear secretly opened up this hole himself. Yes, I wouldn't be at all surprised, but why?
Yeah, why? I mean, it's tiny. You couldn't get a farthing through that.
Lady Altamont, I wonder if I could give the court some more details about... If you could give the court some more details about the meter design. What sort of details? Well, what I'd specifically like to know is... how it differentiates coins. How does the meter tell the difference between different coins? What do you mean? Well, for example, if someone were to put in 1 penny coin, that wouldn't work, presumably, would it? No, of course not. So, well, how does a meter know that the coin's been fed? That the coin it's been fed is a threepenny bit? Ah, I see what you're getting at now. The meter tells coins apart by their shape and size, which includes their thickness. A threepenny bit is about 3/4 of an inch in diameter, you see. Other coins just won't fit. Ah, I see. It's clearly been very well thought out. Oh, maybe he's like got a stick and he's like poking the coin out afterwards, you know? Maybe I was wrong about the other thing.
The witness will amend her formal testimony with that information in case it is pertinent.
I bet it'll be pertinent. As you wish, my lord. Excuse me. The meter is designed for coins the exact diameter and thickness of a threepenny bit. Nothing else will fit.
Hold it!
But conversely, then, it would seem that anything matching a 3-pence coin exactly, in terms of diameter and thickness, could equally well be used. Would, that be true? Well, yes, in a way. The weight comes into it to a certain extent as well.
We thought all that through, though, anyway. If I find any fake coins inside the coin box when I empty the meter, the contract says the customer has to pay 100 times the amount they diddled as a fine.
Wow.
We live for moments like that, us gas men do. Live for them! It would seem the gas company has thought of everything.
Wahoo! Hurrah for gas! Hurrah for cash! Altamont all the way! That's quite enough of that. He's so eager. Angel Dust! He's a Popeye man. That's why I gave him a kind of a Popeye voice. How are you? Remind me, how big are threepenny bits? About 3/4 of an inch across. What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo? Is this 2 centimeters measurement significant? Perhaps there's some other aspect of the meter's construction we should be focusing on. Yes, you may be right. Perhaps I should try a different tack here. Like asking whether the meter can be dismantled, for example. Yeah, don't remember. So you're Minecraft? Hell yeah! How can the meter be dismantled? Dismantled? Yes, given that there are no signs of it having been forced. I'm wondering if perhaps rather than being broken open, it might have been taken apart. Well, yes, that does make some sense. She's Queen Bee, baby. The padlocks are made by first-class locksmith from the finest quality steel. The meter box itself is made from plate steel as well, welded shut to ensure it can't be opened again. I can rest assure you it's quite impossible to dismantle it.
Wahoo! Yeah, nothing leaks from the Altamont meter. No coins, no gas, no nothing.
I see.
The witness will amend her formal testimony.
Okay. As you wish, my lord. Oh yeah, no self-promo, Nubla. I didn't realize you were doing that. We don't do self-promo here. Thank you for abiding by that. All joints on the meter are welded shut, and the lock is made from solid steel. There's no way to dismantle it. Okay, but it's got a hole in it. What's the last thing? Okay. So, like... I don't really know, like, what to say here. Like, I kind of have a feeling, but I don't have, like, the evidence. That old evidence. Let's, okay. I think the coin is the right thing to do. I think I need to press this now, maybe. Has anyone ever tried to open the dang thing?
Oh yeah, they tried, but they've all been given up before. They all given up before long.
After all, if they actually broke the meter, the company would be able to take legal action. Yes, that makes sense. What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo? I don't think that this is it. I think I just need to present the soap. Yeah, let's delve deeper. Alright, we've read all this. Ba-ba, ba-ba.
Ba-ba, Ba 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 ba.
So this would make sense. See, I think, like, he still needs to poke him out, but I think I was right about the coin thing. He was making his own coinage. To steal the gasolina. Bum, 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 bum. So let's just try it.
Objection.
No! Heck. No. I don't like it. Oh, man. Woo! Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. That's very interesting. Have I not looked at that? Maybe I didn't, like... Hold on. I mean... I thought I looked... Oh! Okay, wait. There was some sort of reddish medallion inside. Okay, alright, okay. I already looked at this, and we already talked about this, but maybe, maybe that wasn't good enough. Alright, now... Wait. Okay, let's present that now. Present.
Objection.
There it is. Okay. Let me just confirm something here. If the diameter and thickness were to be correct... Kitabu, hello, how are you? Well, the meter would accept any objects as if it were a threepenny bit, is that correct? Yes, that is correct. Well, by something of a coincidence, while we were investigating in Shamspeare's room, we found a particular item that matches the dimensions perfectly. Something the same size as the threepenny bit. How's everyone doing today? I don't have COVID, probably, so that's dope. I'm excited about that. And we're about to crack this case wide open. Hell yeah. What was it? The item in question is this.
What? Have you been inhaling gas? That's a bar of soap.
It certainly looks nothing like a threepenny bit, I must say. Looks like I'm gonna have to point out. Yeah, okay, alright. Am I say so? My roommate let us know this morning that he tested positive for COVID. So I tested, and I'm okay. We don't, like, at least in this last little while, we haven't, like, been near each other hardly at all, so maybe I'm just fine. I did get a vaccine shot at the doctor a couple days ago, so I haven't been feeling incredible. So I was just like, geez, not a COVID vaccine, but...
Got it!
I did, like, just another one. You have to turn the soap over to see what I mean. Why didn't you do that in the first place, you idiot? Stupid. You're referring to that round depression in the middle of the soap there. That's right, a depression that's approximately 3/4 of an inch in diameter. Or in other words, almost exactly the same size as the threepenny bit. Welcome back, Lila.
Get away! Does anyone here have present? Does anyone present have in their possession a threepenny bit? Quickly now, hand over your coins, ladies and gentlemen.
Sounds rather like a highway robbery, doesn't it? Yeah, I also hope I don't get COVID, thank you. It's possible that I will. I don't know.
Thanks to the kind member of the public in the gallery, I have here a threepenny bit. Now, to see if it fits.
It's perfect.
My word, it couldn't be more snug.
Yes, as I suspected. This, without a doubt, is a vital clue to explain how the Altamont Gas Company is being defrauded. Well, I don't believe it. Oh, her whole skirt's a little bee. I didn't see that part. So, your assertion amounts to what? That some inferior bar of soap has a tentative connection to the theft of gas? Yes. The depression in the soap was clearly made by a threepenny bit.
I must concur at least that pushing a coin in with some force into a poor quality bar of soap such as this is a remarkably simple way of replicating the coin's shape.
And then you could use, well, some melted wax or something to pour into the mold. You could make fake coins in no time. Yeah. Because we're trying to figure out this guy's credibility. This brings all the pieces of the puzzle together. It's the method Mr. Shamspear has been using to steal the gas. That's the missing link. Yeah, I had COVID once before, too. It was not my favorite. And now if I follow the chain of thought, it's going to bring me to the new explanation for what happened that nobody's considered yet. But this is all nonsense. If the man had been making fake coins, my worker here would have found them when he emptied the meter.
My true Lady Altamont, in the absence of some black magic that could make them disappear.
He's so done. I see, that's what we're dealing with, is it? There is one form of black magic that could cause the fake coins to disappear into thin air, yes. Exactly, and the meter here gives it away. What on earth? There are remnants of this magical method used visible on the gas meter taken from the victim's room. The hole, it's a hole, come on.
Is this your assertion cancelled?
Yeah, alright, okay, alright. Yeah, I know where it is. Because they broke it open. I don't know why he thought this was gonna be just the answer. We found this bar of soap at the scene of the crime, just outside the victim's window.
Outside?
Yes, outside, where you yourself, Mr. Meterman, were loitering in the freezing winter air. That's where we found this soap.
Ah, I get it.
That's right. The answer, of course, is ice. Yeah, and that would explain, because I remember saying yesterday that because we have this picture, and the floor is all wet over here because he'd been melting out the ice, you know what I mean? Oh, that's smart.
You just say ice?
Mr. Shamspear has been leaving soaps like this outside his window each evening, filled with water. After a night outside in the bitter cold, the water is completely frozen solid the next morning. Well, then he takes his fake coins of ice and feeds them into the gas meter, giving him light and warmth in spades. And his room becomes very comfortably warm. The ice now inside the meter's box coin melts, turning back into water, draining harmlessly away through the small hole made in the underside of the meter. This is how, without leaving any evidence of his wrongdoing, this man has been stealing Altamont gas. Just like that, so simply. We're 100% sure that's not butter. Is he trying to make us look like idiots? He's been fooling us with some bars of soap and water. That's right, madam. I don't believe it. It can't be true. You have any idea how much money we spent to develop that new meter? And now you have the audacity to suggest that a bit of soap and water can render it totally useless? Fairly sure I didn't design it. Evidence. All right. Sorry. I want evidence. If you're going to stand there and tell me our meters are rubbish, I want to see proof. She's very good at enforcing accountability, isn't she? Very well, Lady Altamont. If you'd like evidence, I'll provide it. What? Mr. Naruhodo! Are you saying that you actually have it? I did notice a trace of something that bothered me a little at that time. I have a feeling that this theory we've come up with now could explain it. The piece of evidence is the photograph. Oh, it's gotta be that photo. Mason, hello, Mason. This is a photograph of the scene at the point when the victim was discovered, taken by Inspector Gregson. And it clearly shows the remnants of the crime carried out by Mr. Shamspear. What the remnants? Yeah, it's all wet and juicy, baby. Here you can see the gas meter on the wall in front in Mr. Shamspear's room. Now look closely at the floorboards directly underneath the meter. It is wet as hell, Your Honor. What? What is that? Some kind of grubby stain? Almost certainly, it's a water stain, resulting from the liquid that drained out of the hole made in the meter. Ah! If one coin gives around 2 hours of gas usage, and the occupant was heating his room in all his waking hours. Comfy Fox Girl, hello! We can imagine he would have used around 10 of his fake coins each day. Melting ice inside the meter's coin box would have been dripping out almost constantly, leaving a stain on the floor. Why wouldn't he get a bucket, though? One. This is awful. And there's further evidence, too. Mr. Shamspear is slumped over his table, apparently having consumed strychnine. And right here next to him is a bar of soap, broken in half. You're right.
It would appear to me then, Counsel, that the man was eating the soap, was he?
No, Judge. No.
Pardon me for disagreeing with your lordship, but certainly not.
He didn't beat around the bush there, did he? In truth, Mr. Shamsphere was found with a fork in his hand.
A meal of soap is sounding increasingly likely, Lord Van Zieks. You mean to say he was using that fork to...
Yes. To extract a frozen coin from the bar of soap. Ah! But the bar broke in half. So perhaps it didn't go very well.
Good gracious!
I love their little bee business. Stop! So wasteful. Lord Van Zieks.
I was throwing my hand up in despair. Pray forgive the discourtesy. I happened to catch my hallowed bottle on the way.
Pray forgive my maldetroit mistake.
What is the meaning of this council?
Wow! Comfy Gang Unite! Thank you for the biddies!
Comfy Gang Unite.
Thank you very much.
Allow me to pose my learned friend a question. What exactly did you establish with your most recent cross-examination?
Well... Mr. William Shamsphere is a liar and a thief! In other words, that his testimony is unreliable! That's it. That's exactly it. How could I ever forget?
Very well, let us assume this man is a liar. Now allow me to pose another question. What possible difference does that make?
Well, he be lying. He do be lying.
We know that suicide can be discounted. Oh, excuse me. Scotland Yard's investigation revealed no sign of another vessel that contained poison. And on the night in question, there were no visitors to the room except the accused. The young gas man's testimony, which we have no reason to doubt, has confirmed that. Furthermore, the only possible way the poison could have entered the victim's body is via the teeth. The court has seen no evidence whatsoever that suggests otherwise.
He's so good at it.
Even if William Shamsphere is the liar you claim him to be, these facts have been objectively established. There's no escaping it.
Ah!
Therefore, in light of these facts, the prosecution calls for immediate adjudication.
You... What? That's crazy.
Order! Well, counsel, how does the defense respond?
Mr. Naruto! Get up! Stupid! What was the point of that last cross-examination? Did it actually get us anywhere? Or did it make no difference at all? Like Lord Van Zieks says, raise an objection. I mean, it has to be it. No, this isn't over. The defense will not rest.
What? But counsel, you've successfully explained everything. Identified and substantiated the unscrupulous method employed by Mr. Shamsphere to consume gas. What more is there to discuss?
Lord Van Zieks just highlighted 3 facts in order to make his point. But contrary to what he would have the court believe, not all of them have been objectively established at all.
What are you trying to say, my Nipponese friend?
At least one of these so-called facts is an assumption, made due to lack of evidence.
Oh, I like it when he makes that face.
But the situation has changed now following the cross-examination of the latest witnesses to take the stand.
Don't be absurd. What is this nonsense?
Yes, when you bring everything we've learned so far together and consider it as a whole, it's clear. It's a question we now need to reconsider, namely... Let's save. I'm not sure about the answer to this question. Ooh, 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 ooh. Baby, 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 ooh. Okay. There wasn't another visitor. The gas man said that. There's no way to... We have new evidence about the tea, so I guess it's just that somebody else might have done it. What if it was somebody else entirely who poisoned the victim?
If that's your assertion, by all means, tell us who it was.
Ah, yes, well...
Well, who was this mysterious third-party counsel?
I think it's a little too soon to be naming names, my lord.
On the contrary, it's a little too late, much like your defense.
No!
Oh, wait a minute.
He was trying to make more ice. Oh, did he, like, pour the tea into that? Maybe he poured the tea into the... Because what's this Chuck said that the pipes were frozen. So maybe he used that tea to... He was trying to. And that's why the coin we had wasn't just ice colored. It was like... It was kind of brown. That would make sense. We've all been led to believe that the strychnine poison that afflicted Mr. Shamspear was in the tea brought to him by Mr. Natsume, but that's conjecture at best.
Objection!
The victim has testified that nothing else passed his lips that night. There is no other possibility. And since there was no trace of the tea left at the scene, it couldn't be tested for the traces of poison.
Objection!
As I said, the situation has changed. Because in fact, some of Mr. Natsume's tea was left at the scene, and a particular piece of evidence proves it.
Objection!
A ludicrous claim. Scotland Yard detectives investigated the scene exhaustively. And what evidence are you suggesting they missed?
The defense has made a bold claim indeed. Very well, counsel. Present your proof. What evidence from the scene of the crime can tell us about the nature of the defendant's tea?
I mean, it's the bar of soap, right?
Take that!
Gracious! The soap again. The same bar that the victim used to fashion his coins of ice.
Excuse me. Yes, that's right, my lord. It's just come back to me. You're not getting Stardust. Maybe try refreshing? I don't know. Bee, hello, how are you? There's bees in this game, too, right now. Something about when we first found this bar of soap at the scene yesterday. It's more bars of soap! Soap? What are bars of soap doing lined up on a ledge outside the window? I'm quite certain that when we originally stumbled upon the bars of soap, there was actually a frozen coin in each bar. So you discovered the gas thief's coin factory. Fascinating. In a way, yes, but there's more. The coins we found in the soap at the time weren't normal ice.
There was something strange about them, you mean?
Exactly, something very obviously strange. They were red. The ice was red.
No, you mean...
That's right, it's obvious to me now. The fake coins in the soap were made from frozen tea! Oh, look at this dance party. Hell yeah! What? I would remind the court of a statement made by Mr. Natsume earlier in this trial. That evening, yes, I did take some freshly brewed tea with me when I visited Mr. Shamspear's room as a gift. The public water pump upside always freezes at night! I did it. And this is the result. Never will I touch tea again, never!
Ah, yes. I believe there had been snowfall that day. It was particularly cold. Sadly, on such occasions, the poorly constructed water mains in the East End are prone to freezing.
So on the night in question, Mr. Shamspear, having no running water to use, was forced to use tea bought by Mr. Natsume in order to make his fake coins. Ow. Ow. Ow, ow.
My word!
Get him. There were 2 bars of soap on the window ledge when my judicial assistant and I investigated the scene. That's right, we unwillingly borrowed one of them. Ah! This game is what I love the Ace Attorney game so much. Which means that even as we speak, some of the defendant's tea is still present at the scene of the crime. Frozen solid in a bar of soap outside Mr. Shamspear's window.
Extraordinary!
Earlier today, Inspector Gregson informed the court that even if 1 drop of tea remained, Scotland Yard would be able to analyze it for poison. As such, we are now in a position to prove or disprove what has until now been mere conjecture. By finding out for sure whether or not Mr. Natsume's tea actually contained strychnine at all.
You smug Nipponese!
Why just get to the truth? My lord, we cannot do the defendant the injustice of passing judgment now. The police should be dispatched to recover the remaining bar of soap from the scene at once! And the defense requests a thorough analysis of the frozen tea embedded in it to determine whether or not it contains any poison! They're bees, look.
Bailiff! Bailiff! Instruct the police to attend the scene at once. Yes, my lord.
Hell yeah, babies.
It seems we have no choice but to suspend these proceedings for the time being. I trust you have no objection, Lord Van Zeeks. None, my lord. Scotland Yard will cover the tea from the scene and carry out the requisite test immediately. Trial will resume at the same hour tomorrow. Prosecution and defense may conduct further investigations as appropriate in the interim.
It's like the first Ace Attorney game. We get to have multiple day trials now. Keep making noises like that, I'll identity review is Comfy Dog Boy. No! Hi, Cuzzy. Well, we managed to scrape through here somehow.
Thank you, counsels. Court is adjourned until tomorrow.
Your leg fell asleep. No! To be continued. Boo, 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 boo. I would like to save my current progress. Baby, baby, baby. Ooh, ooh. Ba 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 ba. Oh, the room's all. Ooh, we made it back in one piece, just. To be perfectly honest, I thought we were finished there for a while. Oh, they haven't like set up the room yet at this time of the story. Oh, I know, there was a lot of close shaves. There were so many carriages on the street of London, you were nearly flattened several times. Oh, no, I didn't mean that. Yes, I know. It was a marvelous defense, Naruto-san. It really was. I was in awe of you. Oh, thank you. And now that your fervent exploits have won us some more precious investigation time. Woo! Let's see if we can't find some new clues for court tomorrow. Yes, let's do that. Let's find all the clues. Everything all right? I suppose. I still can't quite believe it, that's all. That I'm here in England working as a lawyer, I mean. In the Old Bailey, no less. Truth is, it shouldn't be me, should it? It should be him standing in my shoes. Kazuma! No, Kazuma! The towns of 10 minutes, no! It should be Kazuma. It was Kazuma-sama's wish that you follow him to Great Britain and work alongside him. Yes, I mean, I never had the chance to ask him exactly why, but he clearly had a plan. I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for him. And you're doing wonderfully, Naruto-san! Thank you, Susato. I've no doubt that Kazuma-sama would say exactly the same if he were here with us. You're camping? Ooh, that's fun. Thank you, Susato-san. Thank you. Are you going for the whole weekend, B? Let's talk to Susato, baby. It was quite a shock earlier today, wasn't it? When the victim himself turned up in court and took the stand. I know. Not only that, but when finding out that he is actually a barefaced gas thief as well. Yes, that was certainly a surprise to us all. Till Sunday? Hell yeah. For a while, it seemed as though everyone had quite forgotten about Saseki-san poisoning the tea. Hydrate, you got it. Careful of your phrasing, Susato-san. He didn't poison anything. And there's more to this Mr. Shamspear than we yet know, I'm sure of it. Mr. Shamspear certainly wasn't the noble, upstanding man everyone thought that he was at first. What's become of him, actually? I was told that he'd be returning to the hospital ward where he was receiving treatment. Oh, which one is that? It's this one! Let's go there! He's at St. Bartholomew's, or Bart's as Londoners call it. We know the place, don't we? Yes, we visited Miss Green there yesterday! It's the same hospital to which she was taken. Ah, yes, after Saseki-san stabbed her in the back. Do be careful of your phrasing, Naruto-san. He didn't stab anyone. Perhaps we both owe Saseki-san an apology. I'm gonna touch grass for once. Ow! Let's go to the hospital later, baby. So we know that Saseki-san took tea to the victim on the night in question. But as he isn't the culprit, then obviously... Yes, the poison surely wasn't in the tea. But if that's the case, how on earth did the poison get into Mr. Shamspear's body? I'm sure we'll find a clue at the scene. There must be something in Mr. Shamspear's room that will help solve the mystery. Naturally, Scotland Yard detectives have been over that place already. It couldn't hurt us to have another look around, I think. Definitely! And I'm desperate to know the outcome of the investigation into the tea left in the bar of soap. Yes, if we run into Inspector Gregson, we could ask him about that. Kazuma's wishes. Now he's sleeping with the fishes. Aww, 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 aww. Touch that grass. Kazuma Asagi, the best friend I ever had. We were just friends. And a lawyer with such promise. He really saved my bacon in that horrible incident just before we left Japan. I can still picture him now, looking so fierce and determined, and handsome, and huggable in court. And then after the trial, that crazy idea he came up with. As a stowaway?
Yes, you can fit inside my trunk if you curl up small enough, I'm sure. No one will know.
Kazuma, won't you tell me why? Why go to these lengths so I can accompany you to Great Britain?
Well, we're just really good friends, I guess. Been on my mind ever since we got through that trial. But you really ought to go into law, be a defense lawyer. You've got a natural talent for it, believe me, I guarantee it.
I've never even thought about becoming a lawyer.
Well, I can't force you, obviously. You'll have to decide for yourself. But anyway, London is the cultural capital of the world, the city at the forefront of everything. Can't hurt to see it with your own eyes.
No, that's true.
I suppose, though, if you were to become a lawyer, then one day...
One day what?
Oh, no. Never mind.
Huh? What were you gonna say? It's very tasty. Uh-oh. Oh, sorry. I was just daydreaming about Kazuma. I was just dreaming about him. No big deal. It's normal to do that. Yes, he's forever in my thoughts, too. For different reasons, certainly. To change the Japanese judicial system for the better! That was his dream. And that's why he so desperately wanted to become Great Britain. Come to Great Britain to study, of course. Yes, that's right. But... Ow! Yes? I do wonder if his true intentions lay elsewhere sometimes. I don't know, the thought just takes hold of me every now and then, that's all. Kazuma's true intentions. Haruto-san!
What do you mean?
Whoa. I mean this. His katana! I never expected to inherit this sword after Kazuma passed away, of course. No, I know. It was because I asked you to take it. When I have it at my side in court, I feel as though it gives me courage. Yes! Actually, the night before he died, he told me a little about the sword. Karuma? Aruma? Whoa.
That's right. It's a prized sword that's been passed down through generations of the Asagi clan.
Woo! Look at him go.
Japanese man's sword is his soul, Ryunosuke. It can't be parted from my katana. I can't be parted from my katana.
Ow! You got a pack for camping? Thank you! Have a lovely time! Oh my gosh. It's fine to eat grass if you're a fox human? Oh. Or if you're a fox, I mean.
Karma guides me. I truly believe that.
Karuma guides me. So its name compels its wielder to slice evil in two? Not that you need much compelling. I'll send pigs. Hell yeah, I'd love that.
On that subject, there's something very important that I have to do in Great Britain.
Something you have to do?
Yes. I'd appreciate you seeing it through with me.
Of course I will. Whatever it is, I'll see it through to the end with you.
I knew you wouldn't let me down. Partner, friend, we're just friends.
What did he mean by something very important that I have to do? I had hoped that the answer to that question would have become apparent when you arrived here, but as yet I've not found a single clue. I see. Well, let's leave. Oh. Let's go to oh. Boop-a-doop-boop-a-doop-boop-boop. Hello! Oh, hello again. Whoa, Juniper Bunny! Whoa, with the raid! Oh! Welcome, raiders! My name is Comfy Catboy. That's Detective Gregson. He's always eating French fries, but they're like old, so they look like JoJo potatoes. How are you? How was your stream? It said what you played, but it went away so fast. Just chatting! My favorite video game. What are you doing here? I do all the voices, and we're gonna get real silly with it. What are you doing here? Well, we were hoping to have another look around, actually. A lawyer representing the defendant has a right to examine the scene, as I'm sure you're aware.
Yeah, I know the score.
Let's do a watercolor painting. Ooh, that's so fun. What were you painting? What was the subject? Oh yeah, so what other thing? The soap on the ledge outside the window. Did you find it? Was with the tea in it?
Yeah, we found it all right. There was a small amount of tea in it, as you said.
My rabbit! Ah! That's so cute. I want to see it.
It's with the identification section at the yard now. They're looking into it. The results should be available later today.
That's wonderful news. Thank you. What is it?
Pretty impressive performance in the court this morning.
I'll post it on Twitter. Yes. Sorry?
Nothing. Forget it. I'll just make sure you don't disturb anything in here.
Pluto beloved. Oh, is that the emote? Oh, I love that. Oh. All right, so we've already examined the scene of the crime, but I'll just talk to him first. Are you looking for new clues, Inspector?
On Lord Van Zeek's orders, yeah. Don't come back till you've got something for me, he says. Or else.
Oh dear, poor you.
Yeah, poor me, because we've already searched every bleeding nook and cranny of this place. I don't know what he expects, to be honest. Thank goodness for warm chips is all I can say.
Well, at least he's honest. Oh, that's all he has to... Okay, let's just check everything, I guess. You ran out of change. You wouldn't even have any light, let alone heat. For the needy, London's winters can be very harsh. That's true, but if you think about it, even the wealthy would find themselves freezing if they ran out of small change. London's winters can be very harsh for the forgetful, too, then. Honestly, I'm starting to wonder if Sasato-san and I are going to make it to spring. That's true. We don't even have a meter at Baker Street, let alone a gas stove. Look how dark the stain on the floor is underneath the meter here. Yes, from all the water dripping out after the ice coins melted, as you established in court this morning. It's a very large and obvious stain, isn't it? Mr. Shamster must have used an awful lot of ice coins, I suppose. It was an ingenious idea, I'll give him that. Okay. What about that? This is some sort of makeshift stage, I think, isn't it? What is the audience set, though, for the nightly Shakespeare performances? Actors aspiring to the great stage must practice their art, Mr. Naruto, with or without an audience. In fact, on a related note, perhaps we should set up a mock bench for the defense in your office. What? Then you can practice your art every single day! I'll think about it. If you promise to don a beard and play the role of the judge. Well, if that would help you achieve your goal. This I have to see. Come on now. Come on now. So that's just everything is over there. Okay. Alright. We've already looked at everything. Ah, the ill-fated teacups from which the two men drank on the ill-fated night. During their heated literary debate, yes. Who's stronger, Romeo or Juliet? Sounds like it was quite a discussion. Now I think of it, I'm sure that the two lovers in the play ended their lives with poison. That's fiction, Mrs. Sato. Let's hope it stays that way. Is the soap? Yeah, the soap is different. So it turns out that Mr. Shamspeare wasn't eating the soap after all. That's right. The mystery of why he had it on a plate whilst holding a fork in his hand is solved. Yes, to prize his latest ice coin out of its mold. And in the process, he accidentally broke the bar of soap in two. Certainly was hard to imagine, let alone deduce. To the window, to the wall. The sun never shines in this room thanks to that depressing bricked up window. Yeah, with enough determination, you can always remove the bricks to set some soap outside, can't you? Sounds like a very wise life lesson, Ms. Sasato. Thank you. Only if you plan to follow a life of crime, Mr. Naruto. What if I do? You don't know my life, Sasato. Come on. Oh, yeah. This... oh. Yeah, hey, yo, the window's bricked up. Hey, yo. I can't do the chin over mouth of lip bite. What have I not examined in this room? I think I've examined everything. Really? Not a lot here, is there? Not a lot to see, not a lot to say. I would have assumed that if there was a little more for me to look at. Is this not the right... Did I not do things in the right order? Okay. I guess, we'll come back here. We'll go check out the other place. Because we can't regularly converse with him. So we'll go to the hospital. There's the rat from yesterday. There's a rat on the ground. What do you suppose is happening? It sounds like some sort of disturbance. Yes, I hear angry voices. Oh my god. Be not angry, O ample lady. Wow. Verily, thou art mistaken. I forgot what voice she had. I think I kind of was trying to give her like a Romany thing, but it turned into Italian. Mistaken, my foot. You were looking at my painting. So we're just gonna lean into Italian for no reason. The eye of man hath not heard, the ear of man hath not seen. 'Twas foul indeed the poison that mustached villain gaveth me. Forgive me, lady. I wish that you died from that poison. God a mercy, ample lady, but thou seest I have vigor still. Behold my sham spear dance. Look at it go. This looks rather ominous, doesn't it? His face. Ah, lo, 'tis the lawyer from the land whence riseth the sun. How now? What are you doing here, Mr. Shamspear? I don't know what's wrong with that man, Lila. Mary, I do believe I am returned unto another ward. He was looking, that's what he was doing, looking at my terrible work. She's like a sword and shield. Eastern fellowed so darkly clad? Is that what that's supposed to be? Shakespeare be writing crazy. Faith, thy work in court this morning was wonderful. I do applaud thee. Oh, well, thank you. Oh! But that doesn't mean things will go so wonderfully for you tomorrow, does it? Oh, he broke his whole thing. Bend it back. Yeah, baby. He fixed it. Anon, exunt. What? Mr. Shamsir might technically be the victim in this case, but there's definitely a lot more to it than that. It's very hard to pin the man down. He's very strong. I'm so sorry. I'm such an awful person. Ah, Miss Green, is everything all right? Oh, yes, I mean, don't worry about me. They're about to discharge me, so I must get ready to leave now. Oh, I see. Oh, she's got a key. I forgot about that. I'm delighted that you'll soon be well enough to go home, Miss Green. Oh dear, you're too kind. I don't deserve it. Basically just Mario at this point. I don't plop her down on the bed like that. How much wiggle room do I have? Just that. I want to look at the rat. I've already looked at the rat. That must be Miss Green's personal belongings. She would have been brought directly. She would have been brought directly here after she was found stabbed on the pavement, though. I expect a friend or family member probably brought some things for her. All right, then, let's see what's inside. A change of clothes, no doubt, and we're just going through her stuff. No, Miss Naruhodo, you must never scrutinize a young maiden's personal belongings. The young maiden might have chocolates or biscuits or caramel. What are you, what? Naruhodo, please. You can't just steal candy that you find in a bag. Ah, this looks like the treatment notes for whoever's occupying this bed. Let's see. Do not permit to run around the hospital. Patient doesn't seem to be here at the moment, so... He or she is probably running around the hospital, then. Uh-oh. Oh dear, how worrying. What's worrying is why they haven't discharged the patient yet. Ha 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 ha. There are all sorts of medicines in this cabinet, look. I'm not sure if it's safe leaving them in reach of everyone like this. Yes, you're right. I can imagine if you were peckish, you might try a whole bottle or two. Well, at least there seems to be a little lock to secure the cabinet doors. I don't imagine that would stop you if you were hungry. I'd worry that you'd break the lock. Hunger doesn't turn me into a criminal, you know, Mrs. Sato. All right, all right. What about her notes? Oh, look, this looks like the patient's treatment notes. Let's see. Do not feed. What? What is this place, a zoo?
You know, I seem to remember seeing an almost identical sign in our local park.
For the pigeons, yes, this is a person. Poor woman, I hope she hasn't read this. Jeez, they're so mean to her. This rounded wooden figure isn't the most charming, is it?
Ah, I think that's a decoration, Mr. Naruhodo. It's an artist mannequin, I believe, used when practicing sketching the human form in different poses.
Really? It's not exactly what you call a typical figure for that purpose, though, is it?
No, I suppose not. I confess I've never seen one quite so full-figured before.
Well, if you want to draw a full-figured person, it's the right tool for the job. Am I not supposed to look at this? I already looked at it. There's a whole easel here. Oh. There are lots of bottles in that cabinet, aren't there? Do you think it's safe to keep them like that?
Hee hee! If you're a patient here, I feel sure you take some medicine by mistake when you were half asleep.
That is a worry, but at least the cabinet has a lock. Okay, this is similar dialogue.
Oh, I no doubt you'd manage to unlock that somehow when you were half asleep as well.
There are limits even to what I can do when I'm half asleep, you know, Mrs. Sato. That is the most, like, Ace Attorney-ass joke. They just, like, it's not, like, that funny, but they lean into it, like, with their entire body, you know? If you've never played any of these Ace Attorney games before, they have this running joke in the original trilogy of, like, one character saying, oh, look, there's a ladder, and then the other character saying, oh, I believe that's a step ladder, and it's like, it's nothing. It is absolutely nothing. But it's not, like, a joke, but they just put it into, like, every game in the main series, and maybe more. But at least those first 3 games, there is one reference to a ladder. I think it's a step ladder. In every game. What am I to do here? I can't talk to her. Did I talk? I guess oh, I didn't look at her. Okay. So, are you feeling more like yourself today, Miss Green? I am, thank you. I mean, people do recover from ordeals like this, don't they? Even people like me. Well, yes, it really was an ordeal, wasn't it? As far as I was concerned, I was just walking along in the snow one evening, minding my own business. And then, completely out of the blue, I was struck in the back by a knife and collapsed unconscious for days. Of course, so when I finally woke up again yesterday, the whole business had been cleared up already.
What a terrible week it's been for you.
Oh no, I'm sure I'm very lucky, really. I look back on this fondly. Really? That doesn't make a lot of sense. Anyway, I must be getting my things together now, so I'm ready to be discharged. Oh yes, of course. Sorry to take up your time when you're obviously busy. Okay. This is sort of weird, because usually, like... Because I'm, like, kind of, like, cheesing it a little bit with this. I don't want to just be, like... looking around forever, you know what I mean? So I'm kind of just, like, using a guide to be like, do I need to be here? Am I done? And now it's saying to go to Sholmes' suite, which I wouldn't have thought to do that. Oh, I see what needs to happen. Alright, it's Suzy! Hooray, you're back!
Hello, Iris. You're in fine spirits as always, I see.
I am, and you look as immaculately presented as ever, Suzy.
Oh, you flatter me.
Well, you couldn't have come at a better time. I just made a pot of tea. I'll set some cups. Really? Thanks, Iris. But actually, what is that foul smell? Aha! I shit my pants! The Wanderers return at last! What on earth have the pair of you been? We've been at court? Oh, for Mr. Mustache's case. That was today, was it?
I'm sure I mentioned it only yesterday, Mr. Sholmes.
I'm sure you think you did. Ha 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 ha! Well, we can laugh about it now. So tell me, how did the trial go? Reasonably well so far. We managed to escape without a guilty verdict, at least. Really? I would have liked to see it. And I must pass the time of day with Mr. Reaper again. It's been too long. Is Lord Van Zeek's an acquaintance, Mr. Sholmes? Naturally. There's not a person in the world who doesn't know my name, Mr. Naruhodo. Not quite what I asked, but still.
Mr. Sholmes! Whatever is that odor?
Yes, what is it? It's faint, but absolutely awful. Ah, indeed. That's the scent of victory, my dear fellows. Victory in science!
Oh, dear.
Alright, I'll bite. What's he up to now? Let's talk to him. Lord Baron von Zeeks. Yes, it's an interesting sobriquet. Sobriquet he has? The Reaper of the Bailey. Once the legendary prosecutor has fought for someone's conviction, that person is doomed. Even if he or she is found not guilty by the courts. Sooner or later, the hapless soul will vanish from the capital. Vanish how exactly? By falling under a passing carriage or drowning in the Thames. The Thames? Or succumbing to a sudden fever or quite out of the blue, being set upon by a highwayman. There are numerous routes to one's final terminus, my dear fellow. All seems a little far-fetched, really. Well, on the bright side, Mr. Mustache is fighting fit, for the time being at least. It's not overly reassuring.
If the rumors are true, though, the obvious conclusion would surely be that those acquitted are, well, by Lord Van Zeek's own hand.
As it happens, Mrs. Sato, that is quite impossible.
Oh, why?
Naturally, the man very quickly came under such suspicion. However, whenever these incidents occurred, the Reaper always had a cast-iron alibi. Really? And so his reign continued, but 5 years ago, he vanished from the courts, never to appear as a prosecutor again. That is, until you arrived in the country, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes, so I've heard. In fact, it was the very day I arrived when I was thrust into that trial at the Old Bailey. That bitter fight to the death coincided with the Reaper's resurrection. And I really did end bitterly indeed. It did. And here you are, facing Mr. Reaper again. Poor Bruno, I don't know if you're just incredibly unlucky, or incredibly unlikable. I think it goes deeper than just me. I sense a general loathing of all Japanese people. That's true, he's just being the most racist all the time. All the time, baby. So, what is that indescribably foul smell? Ah, well, most probably this, I would say. What is that? My dear fellow, it is, of course, my latest invention. A chemical test that can identify whether or not a tea is genuine at the drop of some tea.
Oh my.
What? There are some unscrupulous sorts manning the stalls among some of London's less frequented streets. They regularly sell what purports to be high-quality tea, but is in fact merely dried leaves of drab flavor. That's certainly unsavory behavior. So when one is presented with what appears to be a black tea, one must be careful. Iris! Oh my god. At the ready, Harry! Let us add a drop of my chemical to this cup of tea here. Do you see what happens? Or is black. It turned completely black.
And what a foul odor it's giving off.
Indeed, the blacker the tea becomes and the more foul the odor, the better the tea is. It would appear that this cup of tea was a particularly fine Darjeeling. That's very ingenious, but what do you do with that black liquid now? Why, dispose of it, naturally. Surely you wouldn't like to drink it, would you?
There does seem to be a rather obvious problem with your new invention, Mr. Sholmes.
Hence why the chemical test is merely a test, my dear madam. Right. The point is, we are entering a new era of science, in the world of criminal investigation also.
Yes, forensic science. Oh, these are such exciting times.
I regularly engage in this scientific experimentation alongside my unofficial consulting detective work. The Hairlock Sholmes method will be the foundation upon which modern investigative technique is based. This little tea indicant was a happy byproduct of my ongoing forensic science research. Forensic science? I suppose I should find out more about that. Tell me more about Japanese people. With Mr. Natsume, who I'm currently defending, being Japanese as well as Mrs. Sato and myself, I felt it even more keenly in court today. For some reason, Lord Van Zeek seemed to have an inherent disdain of the Japanese. Indeed, it is an interesting observation.
Do you know something about it? Do you, Mr. Sholmes? Do you? Do you?
It was about 10 years ago that Barak von Zeeks chose to enter the legal profession. However, before that time, the young man's closest companion, hailed from the Empire of Japan.
No!
What the? Tell us more, Mr. Sholmes! What happened? You've interrupted me. I'm done. I'm finished. I believe I've made it clear before. G-Mama, hello! How are you? Good morning. I'm unable to tell you anything about the affair.
Oh, but...
Excuse me.
The veil will be lifted on the events of the past in due course, I have no doubt. For now, however, it is Mr. Mustache who is most deserving of your attention, I believe. Alright, alright. So, your t-test, is that an example of forensic science? Indeed it is. Essential tool in cases that hinge on the knowledge of whether some tea is of high or inferior quality. Not a huge number of cases, then. Perhaps a more practical example is required. Fingerprints. Not yet accepted in our courts as evidence, I might add. Really, we are dragging our heels there. Hadn't even heard of them until recently. Which is partly why I undertake research in this field myself, of course.
Does that mean you're studying fingerprints, Mr. Sholmes?
There are others in the field, in that field already, and I abhor the company of inferior minds. Still sleepy, you should get up. Get up!
Do it! Start your day!
I believe in you. No, what I am researching is skin prints. Skin prints? A nomenclature of my own design, as is this chemical agent that makes it possible. It instantly reveals objects touched by whichever person is under investigation.
Brilliant, Mr. Sholmes!
As long as it doesn't turn everything completely odorous and black. I assure you, my dear fellows, you will witness my forensic talents in action very soon indeed. Yeah? Well, I think we should go back to the scene and see if we can uncover any new clues. That's a spirit, Rudolph! See you later! Yes, until later. No, Mr. Sholmes, we were thinking you'd come with us. You were? Yes, of course. You just said so a moment ago. You said we'd witness your forensic talents in action. Ah, yes, I do recall saying something along those lines. But you go on ahead. I'll be sure to follow you later. In all likelihood, probably, maybe. Well, I might. Your commitment astounds me.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Sholmes. We'll eagerly await your arrival.
Bye-bye, Rudolph. Bye, Cesar. Alright. Bye, everyone. Alright, now we have to go back to Shamspeare. And he will... I guess we can use a skin print thing. There he is. Hello. Hairlock Sholmes. What are you doing? Mr. Sholmes, what are you up to over there? What a question indeed. Was it not your good self who asked me to attend the scene? Or, what are you doing over there, Sholmes? What are you doing over there? What are you doing here? Dear me, my once great... Oh, shoot. What did he say? Once a great detective, one is always under scrutiny, it seems.
Is it time, Mr. Sholmes? Are you about to show us your forensic talents in action as you promised?
With the greatest of pleasure, my dear madam. Yeah. He looks so silly with his goggles on. What's all this? All this is precisely what you requested, Mr. Naruhodo. Whoa. Hairlock Sholmes' sensational skin print seeker gun. Moments ago, I took a sample from the teacup that was used by the victim. A sample from Mr. Shamspeare's cup? Each individual leaves microscopic secretions on everything he or she touches. A sample of those secretions is all I need to produce this, a refined indicator solution. By liberally spraying the room with this chemical, everything the victim touched is instantly revealed with the aid of these goggles. Here, try them on. Whoa. There, now spray the chemical indicator about and all will be revealed. Spray? How? How do I do that exactly? A little press of the space bar button. Don't you have one of those? You don't know what is... Do you need me to explain what a space bar is? Just do it. Whoa. Ah, what's all this stuff? It's like fog. A suspension of the chemical indicator in a pressurized gas. It's the most effective way to cover a large area. That was another invention I discovered incidentally whilst I was developing this idea. As you do. Go ahead, try it, my dear fellow. We may learn something interesting about the victim's movements on the night in question. Well, there's nothing to lose, I suppose. Let's explore. Oh, God. You went into a box. Oh, he was all over, baby. seems like I probably have gotten everything. It's pretty wide. Let me just it didn't like I sometimes because I expect the game. Oh, there. Okay. Maybe I got it. There we go. Oh, look, there are dozens of handprints there. So there are a great many indeed. So much so that it's hard to make out any one individual print, in fact.
It sent a chill down my spine.
Star with a sub. Hello, the resub. 27 months. Oh my god. How are you? Hello. Perhaps he was leaning against the wall while he admired this picture? Unlikely, I would say. It's a rather dull scene after all.
Without wishing to state the obvious, you wouldn't generally admire a picture from such close quarters, I feel.
Oh, very true, Mrs. Sato. Oh, very true, Mrs. Sato. It's a bit of a mystery, then. Is that... Ah, okay. Okay, it's a little finicky on what it counts. Is that it, you think? I guess, probably. Well, but... I can't actually leave this menu, so there's something I've missed. Somewhere. Did not touch this song. Yeah, I want to check out so many things. Was he peeping in there? Like... Was he spying on someone? I mean, it definitely feels like I've sprayed everything, huh? Maybe under the table? I mean, I don't know. Did he touch the spider web? Did he touch it? Did he get up there and touch the spider web? Huh. Am I being crazy? I don't think I'm being crazy. Teacups of brick windows in the wall. Ah! How dare. There's something I've missed here. The floor to the right side of the table. Okay, alright, okay. Jeez. Oh, look at this over here. Ah, yes, interesting. A multitude of the victim's handprints. Why are there so many of them on the floor in this one spot? Oh, perhaps he had a bad fall just here?
There's nothing obvious that he would have tripped over. There's nothing obvious he would have tripped over, though, is there?
I wonder. Personally, I often stumble when there's nothing obvious to trip over.
I think that's something only a great detective would do, Mr. Sholmes.
Well, this is quite a puzzle. Handprints all over the floor. Yes, there's no obvious explanation. They were wrestling. We know that they were wrestling. No, you throw as many things as you like, Lila. Well, we sprayed Mr. Sholmes' amazing skin print indicator all over the room, didn't we?
We did, but there are two places in particular that are of interest, I would say.
The floor, the floor.
The handprints on the floor here, and on the wall on the picture.
On the picture, you mean? It's Renosuke.
Yes, and I think the floor warrants closer investigation. I won't be a moment.
Be a moment. Take all the time you need, baby.
Ah!
What is it, Mrs. Sato? Excuse me. Snuffling.
Look here, Mr. Naruhodo, one of the floorboards has popped out.
One of the... You mean... the secret hiding place? Excellent work, Mr. Sato. So, what do we have here? Boy, what are you lot doing?
Inspector Gregson.
Stand aside right this minute. It's my job to investigate there. No need, Inspector. You continue to dig into your portion of chips whilst we dig around under the floor here. Your fancy talk's putting me off my food anyway, Sholmes. A new bit of evidence is exactly what I need.
Wow, a secret hiding spot under the floor. What a find. It's not a hiding place you could make use of in Japan. I don't think I could lift a straw to Tommy, Matt.
No, I know, but I never expected one of these wooden floorboards to move either. Got me wondering about the wall over there too, aren't you curious?
Oh! I'll investigate it once! There's nothing behind the picture, sadly. Only the wall.
How disappointing. But then, how do you explain the handprints?
I really can't think of why anyone would have been touching the wall over and over in one place like that.
Click. Whir. There you are, print for you. We got a print and it's gonna be evidence, baby, baby. Oh, thank you very much. His invention can make prints too. Now then, I wonder if Inspector Gregson has found anything under the floor there. I'm desperate to know.
So am I!
I have to, really? Okay. I'd love to know if there's anything hidden underneath the floorboard there. Allow me to ask Gregson now, after all, we're well acquainted. Inspector Gregson! Really, it's been too long. What is it, Sholmes? Gotta go to the home deport to look at carpet from downstairs. Carpet is nice. Hell yeah, you have a good time. That's gonna be so fun. I thought perhaps you might show me what you found there, seeing as we're such good friends. We're not friends. No, I suppose not. He's gonna be all suppressed now. A dismal failure! Yes, I heard. Ugh, kill to know what was under there. Excuse me. Alright then, fair's fair.
What?
You did discover that hiding place after all. Yeah, I love these games so much, G-Mama. Suppose I should at least fill you in.
Really, Inspector? Thank you.
Do it quickly, my dear fellow. If there's one thing I know about this man, it's that he blows with the wind, as fickle as the weather. Oh, stop making me out to be some kind of nut. There were 3 items under the floor there. A newspaper clipping, a photographic print, and a tin box. Now, what do you want to know? Tell me all of it. What are you talking about? Who the hell is that? Looks like this was cut out of the paper about 3 months ago. About a convict who got sick and died while he was serving time up in Manchester. How terrible. It made the headlines down here in London as well. The bloke had been sentenced to death, you see, but nature got him first.
Oh my goodness. He'd committed a capital offense.
Man by the name of Selden. Alright, nasty piece of work into burglaries and murder. They say the hoard he'd knocked off was worth about £1,000. A hoard of treasure, you mean? Jewelry and the like, but he'd hidden it somewhere, and no one knows where, and now he's dead. The papers loved it, of course. £1,000 lost en route to hell, or some such was the headline. Does it not strike you, though? Why such an article would be so carefully ensconced under the floor? Whoa! Mustard cat! Mustard raid! Oh, get spiced! Mustard raid! Mustard raid! Gotta have all of the mustard raid. Hello! Thank you for the follow, Seb... No, Seb Dememe Man. I see. How are you? Oh, we got more follows. Wall and Jess Sky. Thank you all so much. Welcome to the Mew crew. My name is Comfy Catboy. We are playing Ace Attorney, like one of the prequel Ace Attorney games. I do all the silly voices. How was your stream? What were you up to? You look adorable, thank you. Look, what about now? Is it better or cuter or less cuter? What about nighttime mode? How does that strike you all? Ah! A bag of rice. Yummy. Yum, yum, yum. I love dry rice. Yum, 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 yum. Give me more. It was good, thanks. Hell yeah! Oh, I'm glad to hear that. Oh, Cities Skylines. I played that. I feel like I got real into that game right at the beginning of quarantine. And as I am wont to do with I'm a space cat with ADHD. As I am wont to do, I got real into it. All the DLC went on sale, so I bought a bunch of the DLC. Never played it again. But it was a lot of fun when I did play it. Alright. Gregson's telling us about 3 pieces of evidence that we found under the floorboard, so he's going to tell us about it. One of them's about a news clipping of a murderer. Suppose now that you mentioned it, it does seem a bit odd. Perhaps I'll go over the paperwork we've got on Selden back at the yard and see if I can turn anything up. Immediate judgment, just right? Yum, yum, yum. Can I look at that? Let me... Manchester Strangeways Prison... Come on. Announced the death of convicted murderer and burglar Selden by natural causes in the early hours of the morning. He'd been suffering with a fever since the end of October. Alerted by the shouts of his fellow cellmate, medical staff arrived to find him already dead. Before his capital punishment could be carried out. That's just that. Okay. No picture of the guy. The picture's there, though. On the little picture. Gotta leave you with these lovelies. Yeah, go get lunch or whatever food time it is for you. Go take a big old break. You have a lovely rest of your day, Mustard Cat. Hell yeah! Alright, photographic print. Oh. What? Well, this is the photograph I found. It looks reasonably recent to me. I love the Ace Attorney games. Me too. I've played almost all of them. Whoa, wait a minute. That's the guy we saw in the painting of olives. Yes, it would appear to have been taken on the street from in front of the house here.
The gentleman on the left is Mr. Garadeb, the landlord, of course.
But who's the young man on the right? Mr. Garadeb's son, perhaps? No, we saw Olive paint him. Cat, the cat in the hood. It's me, it is I. Perhaps you could take that print if you like. Really? Are you sure? We can presume, therefore, that the yard already knows. The identity of the young fellow, that is. Ah, is that true? Well, it's too bad if we do. Unfortunately for you lot, leaking information isn't one of my pastimes. My dear Inspector, if I may be so bold as to point something out. Pastimes are for one's leisures, but this is for work. Alright. Wait, what did he say? All the more reason I'm not telling you. A dismal failure. It's Herlock Sholmes, everyone. Yes, I heard. The hidden photograph. Alright. I wonder why a photograph like this was hidden under the floor. I mean, Mr. Shamsphere himself isn't in it. Photographic prints are still rare treasures in the East End. I imagine Mr. Garadeb was rather delighted to have been immortalized. He probably made a proud present of it. Tin box, what was inside the tin box? Now this tin box looks interesting, doesn't it? Might I suggest, Inspector, that you open it if you were to find something inside that reveals the truth behind this case? I wouldn't be the least surprised. Yeah, funnily enough, I've already had a look. It's completely empty. What? Shamsphere, give us a clue, man!
You didn't even have the chance to utter a word, Mr. Naruhodo. But anyway, at least we found out what's inside the box.
Yes, thin air, it's empty. Rather like how I feel inside. So to think more to this box then, I wonder. Can I look at that? I don't get that in the court record. It's the cat! It's, what's this Chuck's cat? We later get to own this cat. But we're in the past right now, everyone.
Oh, look! It's that lovely little kitty cat. What was his name?
It's Mr. Natsume's, isn't it? I don't think we ever asked him, actually. Why don't we call it, Wagahai? You know, like Mr. Natsume refers to himself in Japanese. I wonder how he got in here. Clever cat. Clever girl. I love Sasato. She's so cute.
Oh, wonderful. Well then, Wagahai, there's something delicious I bought for you.
Oh, God.
Something delicious I bought for you from the cat's meat man.
Why do you just have that? Why were you just hoping you'd see a cat, Sasato? Yum. What did they use to feed cats before cat food? Just meat?
Hee hee, he couldn't be happier now, look.
I just hope we can bring some happiness to his owner, too. Let's examine... Oh, he's making the biscuits! Oh my god. Fish and mice. The dog lover has coffee. Dog lover, hell yeah! Meow. That was a cheeky little meow guy. Is that all I get to do?
Oh, but he's so adorable. I could sit and watch him forever.
I think he might not appreciate that after a while. We have an investigation to get back to. I want to cuddle the kitten. Yo, same. Same, baby. Is there anything else to do? I'm doing pretty good. I don't have COVID. Jade Peppermint with the follow. Thank you so much. Welcome to the Mew crew. Okay, I have looked... I think I've looked at everything. Because I'm doing things out of order. Oh! Posture check. You got it, baby. Ow! Hydrate. You got it, baby. Oh, Kaleidokali. Yeah, I think I kind of already, I looked at things like out of order. So I think, let me just make sure.
That Catboy Trinity.
That actually is.
Hooray, thank you.
Let me just make sure. So we got the window, the gas meter, bar of soap, the teacup, both the teacups, the wall sconce. Oh, okay. And the prop stage. Okay, we got everything. Okay, okay.
Remember, kids, feed your copy.
Feed me. Feed me now. Let's move to the prison. Let's talk to Mr. Natsume. I love his sandals. Local prison sale.
Oh, Mr. Natsume is back.
So he is. Mr. Natsume, hello. Hi, I'm a cat. No, I am a cat.
I do that.
Sorry. I don't know who Mr. Natsume is, or Hairlock Sholmes. I don't know about courts, or trials, or Old Baileys. I am a cat, that's what I am, just a cat. Oh, he crazy.
Mr. Naruhodo, he's trying to escape from reality.
Trying to, he already has. I'm a cat. So, what was your name then? As yet, I have no name.
Mr. Naruhodo, he hasn't fully thought out his new identity yet. Maybe it's not too late to bring him back to reality.
Do you think you could open your eyes for us, Mr. Natsume? I am not a cat.
It worked! He's back to the real world!
This is so silly. Well, what's going to become of me? No! Don't answer that, it's obvious. My accursed soul is never going to escape this accursed fate.
Mr. Natsume, no! This morning's proceedings in court prove that there's hope!
Yes, locum student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire was brilliant, but the Reaper is omnipresent in court in my lodgings! Here, there, everywhere! What's he looking straight at me for? I think perhaps there are some things we should discuss. Oh, yes, we must. Now, there's something, he has made the claim, and we haven't in the game yet sort of really touched on it. This guy's crazy. But this is a real guy. This is Soseki Natsume. He's like he's on Japanese money. If I think I've shown this before. Yeah, Natsume Soseki. This is, it's funny because when you image search him, he like shows up, like stuff from this game shows up. But like there he is. And he's at least been on money. I don't know if he's still on money. But that's him. And there he is with like a bunch of cats. And there he is with a mustache. A big old mustache. I don't know like what he's like known for like culturally, right? But like he's a real guy. He doesn't really seem to have much of a hunch at the back here. But they got his dress like immaculately. Anyways. Anyways. Okay, let's talk to him. Morning, Strider. In my whole life, have I ever been so moved as I was today? No. Of course, if I cast my mind back, there were perhaps one or two other occasions that moved me more. But if I just block those out, then today, being in that courtroom was... It was the most moving experience of my life! Locum student, Mr. Hono Esquire! You're too kind. Look at those tears.
Scotland Yard found the remaining tea just as we introduced, and we are analyzing as we speak.
There's nothing wrong with that tea. If they won't find a drop of poison in it, that's a solemn sworn Soseki certainty! Tell me, did you both drink the tea at the same time that night? Oh yes, most definitely. Remember, drink tea while it's hot. We both poured it down our throats like it was a hot bath for our bellies.
And at the time, you were both completely fine.
As shown by the fact that he and Mr. Shamspear then engaged in the Romeo and Juliet match. Suppose the focus of tomorrow's proceedings will be how the poison was taken by the victim then. That's rotten, Shamspear! What have I ever done to him? You don't recall him taking issue with you over anything you've done recently? I've been holed up in my room, immersed in books. I don't recall anything. Anything at all! Oh, I never said what I was gonna say. So, he's been claiming that at night, the spirits, quote-unquote, the ghosts that haunt this place, quote-unquote, have been, like, trying to choke him in his sleep. And we haven't touched on that at all in the court or with evidence or, like, anything. So, now that there's a hole in the floor and or he's, like, looking at the wall, I don't know if they're in the room next to each other or not or what. But I wonder if it's this guy's doing. Right. But what I don't understand is why he didn't let me know sooner.
Let you know what, Mr. Natsume?
About the soap, of course. What else?
Oh dear. Are you struggling with such a meager stipend?
Of course I am. If I had money, I wouldn't have chosen to live in a cursed existence in such accursed lodgings. Oh yes, you said it's because the place is cursed that it's so cheap, didn't you? Exactly. Especially the room that I rent. The spirit of that capital offender who lived there still haunts the place. And it's trying to kill me! Yeah, here we go. Capital offender. Might I ask, locum student Naruhodo Esquire, that the next time you visit me, you bring scores of super soft soaps. Do I need to present to him? He said it was an offender. Is it this guy? Yeah! What's this? It's a newspaper cutting that we found in Mr. Shamspear's room. Ah, so he knew, did he? Sorry. About this man, Selden. A convicted killer, and the evil spirit behind the curse that afflicts my lodgings.
What?
He's already taking one young man's life, and now he's trying to take the life of another. A miserable mustache, much aligned Japanese man. Mr. Natsume, if you know something, please, you must tell us. Tell us everything you know about this evil spirit. Capital offender Selden, baby. Someone maybe coming into his cell. Well, at his home, G-Mama, not in the cell. The truth is, I don't know the details myself until very recently. That Selden man was arrested about a year ago now. And at the time, he was hiding out in lodgings at Mr. Garadev's house. What? He lived where you do now? That's right, yes, exactly where I live now, in my very room.
Oh my, your room was previously occupied by a criminal found guilty of capital offense.
Just now, when he re-explained it. But before his sentence could be carried out, he died in prison. That was 3 months ago now. And that's when it started. The curse.
What really is this curse you keep mentioning, Mr. Natsume?
It's already caused one death a few months after the criminal passed away in prison. The man died in the room, the man who rented it after settled it, in fact. The poor lodger, he was found dead in mysterious circumstances. The room was locked from the inside. Locked from the inside, exactly like the case we're dealing with now. Oreo cheesecake! Love that for you. So that's the convict's curse, is it? Yes, well, that was the start of it. The convict's curse, baby. Okay.
Do you have any idea how the lodger before you passed away, Mr. Natsume?
The official cause of death was asphyxia. When they discovered the body, the room was full of gas. Gas? I only found that out after I'd signed the lease. When Mr. Garadeb came to tell me later, I couldn't stop myself trembling. In fact, if I'd known beforehand, I'd probably have been too scared to take the room. Landlord's lease, luckily legal! Lucky for Mr. Garadeb, maybe. Not so lucky for poor Mr. Natsume. A gas leak? Now you believe this curse is affecting you? It is. At first, I just felt as though I was being watched. All the time. And then you talked about having nightmares, didn't you? The dead are trying to take me with them. They come for me and try to suffocate me. Just when I'm struggling to breathe, I wake up. And the room is as cold as ice.
But why is your room so cold?
London winters are too cold to bear without any heating on overnight. But for some reason, even though I light the stove before I climb into bed at night, the pilot light always goes out and the room fills with gas. But that's terrible. It's exactly the same situation as what led to the previous occupant's death. And then there's what happened to Mr. Shamspeare last night, was when he was mysteriously poisoned. There's clearly more to that incident than can be explained by a curse, though.
Whatever can be the cause of all these strange happenings in Mr. Garadeb's rooms?
Do I need to go talk to Garadeb now? Oh, okay. I'm glad I have this guide, because this is just making it so I'm not spinning my wheels. It's not spoilers. But I need to present the bar soap. Nope. I need to present the bar soap. Nope. I need to present the bar soap. I need to... Oh. What? Oh, what? Oh. What? Present. Oh my god. Carbon monoxide plus spirits.
Mr. Natsume, what do you know about this?
Ah, there it is! That lathery lowlife that took my neighbor's life and sent me sliding into the depths of despair. Danganronpa, slippery, sickly, psychotic saboteur.
You've really gone off soap, haven't you?
Absolutely, I've made up my mind. The next time someone gives me soap as a present, it's... friendship finished firmly forever!
I don't know if we can blame soap for everything that's happened, Mr. Natsume.
What is wrong with the man? That's a good question. Well, okay. That did the soap. Okay, interesting. Now I guess I'm supposed to move to talk to the Gyarados. Boop-a-da-bop-bop-ba-doop-bop-beep. Ah, you're here now, Mr. Gyarados.
Right, bally business it is for me, you know. Getting out and about.
Were you at the Old Bailey by any chance?
Naturally, fate of my lodgings hanging in the balance and all that. Not a trial to miss.
The fate of what's already been dubbed your haunted lodgings, yes.
Of course, the place has caused quite a stir around the capital on more than one occasion already. As the old haunted lodgings or some such.
Ah, well, at least he knows.
Makes you wonder what the blazes is going on, don't you know?
Yes, I'm sure it does.
Hello, Sholmes.
In fact, thinking back to Mr. Natsume's other trial just 2 days ago. You were at the Old Bailey as well, weren't you? Testifying with your wife about what happened.
Stopped off at the prison on the way home, in fact. Bally business.
I see. Yeah, she got arrested for, like, attempted manslaughter? I'm not really sure.
So what brings you to my haunted abode today, huh?
We're gonna talk to you about everything. Baby, baby, baby.
Some fishy fellow from the Far East and a failed actor chap of questionable character, huh? Yes, the house does seem to have become something of a magnet for rum fellows of late. Thanks to that bally curse.
The convict's curse, you mean?
Ah, heard of the stories, have you? Rotten scoundrel was arrested here, then the next chap in the room goes and keels over. Then there was that woman who dropped dead just outside the street, not to mention the actor yesterday. Am I next, Well, can't help but get the collywobbles, can you?
When you say the woman who dropped dead outside on the street, do you mean Miss Green?
Miss Green, who was stabbed by the knife, and Mr. Shamspear, who was poisoned last night, are both very much alive still.
Yes, well, so's that blasted convict's curse, it seems. Personally, I think that I should be quite content with such lodgings. A bath, a toilet, a fireplace, a fascinating history. Why, it sounds like the lap of luxury.
Not so sure about that.
Well, there's no bath or toilet included, and no fireplace either.
But you do look out for your tenants, don't you? By watching the rise and fall of the flames in your gas lamps there.
Yes, never hurts to keep an eye on things in case there are any mishaps or such like. I think you've had your mishap already, sir.
It's not helpful, Mr. Sholmes.
Heaven forgive me. The words just came to my lips. I literally couldn't help it at all. I'm faultless. Some fishy fella from the Far East and a failed actor chap, a questionable character, huh?
There's no need for that, Mr. Garrideb.
That's right. Mr. Natsume is in no way fishy. He's more of a cat, if you think about it.
He is undeniably peculiar, however.
Is it right that he took the vacancy immediately after the previous tenant passed away?
Yes, that's right. I asked the estate agent to find someone, and he popped up on the very same day. Never come across a chap so keen for a place with a background, as it were.
I don't think it was the room's background that he was keen on, so much as the cheap rent, actually.
So, how long has Mr. Shamspear been lodging under your roof?
That failed actor chap? Let me see. Oh, of course. Yes, it's been 3 months now. Quite sure of it.
Only 3 months? He's quite new here too, then.
And to what do you owe your certainty in that regard, Mr. Garrideb, if I may ask? Well, it was that Selden scoundrel, as it happens.
Selden? The convict, you mean? Do Selden and Shamspear have some kind of connection, then? I wonder if they do.
That convict chap, Selden, passed away in the clink 3 months ago now, you see. Some malady or other.
Yes, we've seen the report from the newspaper at the time.
Well, it was only 3 days later that the tragedian showed his face, the actor fella.
Really?
Yes, I remember it quite distinctly.
Ah! Crimson, hello.
'Tis small this world we inhabit. Prithee, landlord, hear my request. I, the humble Shamspear, do desire to take thy room on the middle floor offered erewhile for rent.
Terribly sorry and whatnot, but that won't be possible. Already have a lodger on the middle floor. Ground floor room's vacant.
Ah! Okay, hold on. Did he ask? He wants the middle floor room. Interesting.
Nothing can be made out of nothing. Let me repeat mine will unto thee.
Those curls must be muffling your ears. The room on the middle floor is taken. It's ground floor or nothing.
Very well. We have an accord.
Glad to hear it. Welcome to Briar Road.
Lo, a Shamspear dance to celebrate.
How are you, Crimson?
What I heard in court today sounds like the chap was thieving gas. And he was 3 months in arrears with the rent, too. Yes, the fellow was a bally player, all right.
Thank you for your candor, Mr. Garrideb. We are most grateful. By way of appreciation, allow me to say 1 or 2 words. Give me my robe, put on my crown. I have immortal lodgings in me. What are you doing? What's happened to you?
Shakespeare, my dear fellow, one of his most famous lines. I wish to divulge in my own learning of the subject, for I have a turn of literature, too, you know.
Perhaps you could turn your attention in more apt lines, then? Better than eating a good buffalo chicken pizza. Ooh, that sounds good. Okay, I've asked him about everything. Do I need to present him with stuff? Present hidden photograph. Oh, right. Okay, okay. Of course, of course.
Of course, of course. The photograph with him in it. If I was thinking critically, I would just do that anyway.
Mr. Garrideb, could I ask you to look at this photograph? Every time you do, it makes me laugh. Is that your son who's with you here?
No, no, not at all. He was a lodger here once. Duncan Ross was his name.
Duncan Ross?
A street photographer happened to be passing, so I asked him to take a shot, just for kicks, really.
Was he by any chance the lodger before Mr. Natsume? Mr. Natsume?
Yes, that's right.
Ah, the young gentleman who died in the room in mysterious circumstances. Just what Mr. Mustache was waiting for, one might say. Oh, he dead, though.
Yes, young Duncan lived in the room at the top of the first flight of stairs before that Japanese chap.
Would you mind telling us a little more about him? I would love to know about him, baby.
Yes, Duncan Ross. The young chap was attending art school. Had to work to pay for it, mind. Moved into the middle floor room about a year ago, after that criminal Selden was arrested. Young students are always on the hunt for rooms with a history behind them.
History of cheap rent, maybe, yes.
Yes, well, anyway, it was about 1 in the morning about a month ago now. Hadn't quite worked out the old trick of watching the gas lamps to see what my lodgers are up to at the time. Though sadly, I was rather tardy to discover what had happened. The smell of gas that alerted me it was.
Ah, yes, synonymous with the smell of death.
Called the police straight away, of course, and the officer kicked the door off its hinges. But once we got inside, we all bally collapsed.
Because of the gas?
Yes, room was full of it, no air at all. The stove must have been gone out while the old chap was sleeping in his bed.
So Mr. Ross suffocated to death.
Of course, the police gave me a sound ticking off because the gas pipes were so old and all that. Can't you tell how much it set me back to have the lot replaced all over the house?
But even after you had all that work done, Mr. Natsume says the same thing. All that the stove goes out at night whilst he's asleep in bed.
Well, that's the Bali curse, the convict's cursed. I've done my duty as a landlord now.
Someone's feeling defensive. Uh-oh. That's it. So usually we get this sort of a tell, like it fades to black, that we've done everything, but we haven't really been having that so far.
Ah, that reminds me, actually. Yes? Well, young Duncan, the night before the poor chap perished. He'd been writing a letter of affection to a young lady.
Was it Olive?
A love letter, you mean?
Yes, where did I put it now? Ah, here it is. Left it on my desk.
If you'll excuse me. Let me see now. What does it say? To my most beautiful and charming sweetheart.
Do you think that we should be reading such a personal piece of correspondence?
My dear Miss Sasato, that is precisely why I preface my reading with, if you'll excuse me.
I will not excuse you, Mr. Sholmes, no!
Sadly, he didn't address it, though. Though I've no means of delivering the thing. Rather sad, really.
I see. That's going to play on my mind.
But really, the identity of Mr. Ross's sweetheart has no bearing on the case. I think we should leave well alone.
Yes, I suppose you're right. Indeed, the intended recipient's address is missing. However, there is a name attributed to the man's most beautiful and charming sweetheart.
Mr. Sholmes, please! I've already had to chastise you about this once.
My undying love to you, my colorful darling, Olive Green. What the hell? Ow, what the hell? Olive Green? The woman who was plunged into a coma after the knife plunged in her back outside the house 5 days ago. Yeah, we remember. The victim of the last case Soseki-san was in court for, who regained consciousness only yesterday! We know about all that. Is it just chance that her name has come up now? Could it possibly be a mere coincidence?
Mr. Naruhodo! Whatever can this mean?
Reading personal correspondence can have its merits, you see, Mrs. Sato. He's such a goof. He's such a silly goober. Okay, let's go talk to her. Let's go see what she's up to, baby.
Mr. Naruhodo, I've just finished speaking with the doctor. It seems Miss Green is well enough to be discharged at last.
That is good news, but hopefully, just before she leaves... Ah! What is it? Yeah, there he is. That's his picture. What's she drinking? Miss Green! Oh my god. What was that? She clearly just hid something behind her back. What a moment, I'll be with you in a jiffy. Sus. Where did she put both of those things? Oh, okay, they're on the table. Oh, hello everyone, what are you all doing here? The doctor has said I can be discharged, so I'm just waiting to get my things together.
Miss Green, what were you just doing?
Oh, nothing really. I was just about to take some medicine the doctor prescribed for me, that's all. Well, we were hoping to have another quick chat with you, if that's all right. I don't really have anything else to tell you. All right, she's definitely behaving strangely. See if we can't coax something out of her. Yeah, let me present the photo, huh? Excuse me. Miss Green, we were hoping to ask you about someone. Mr. Duncan Ross. You knew him, didn't you? No, not the medicine. Oh no, I'm so sorry. The bottle of medicine fell down when she did.
Oh, Miss Green, are you all right?
Super sus. I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to startle you like that. No, it's alright, I just wasn't expecting it. How do you know about Duncan?
Mr. Ross had been writing a letter when he passed away. The landlord found it in his room. It was a very personal letter to you.
It was at the art school. That's where I met Duncan, a year ago now. He was working to fund his studies. I dreamt of becoming a professional artist one day.
And the two of you became romantically involved?
Yes, that's right. We were very much in love. We were engaged to be married, actually. That's why he decided to move into a cheaper room to save money for the wedding. And that's what led to Mr. Garadeb's. Yes, he told me he'd found the worst but cheapest room in the entire East End. But then, 1 month ago, that's when it happened.
We're so terribly sorry, Miss Green.
Well, it's all in the past now, I suppose.
Poor Miss Green. She looks desperately sad.
I was starting to think that was just her look. But now I see that she has every reason to feel the universe is against her. Okay, now... Can I talk to her? It's wonderful news that you're going to be discharged, Miss Green. Oh yes, I mean, thank you. Once people are better, the hospital staff don't want them lingering and wasting space. Not people like me, anyway. So I don't think I should keep anyone waiting. I probably shouldn't stand around and chat. She certainly doesn't seem to be in the mood to talk, that's for sure. I do hope you won't think I'm being rude, but... Would you mind leaving me in peace now? I have to leave the hospital soon. Oh, I'm so sorry. We didn't mean to hold you up. Of course, we'll be on our way. Mr. Naruhodo. It's him. Mr. Naruhodo! Surely you are not about to leave? That's quite out of the question. Well, Mr. Sholmes, what are you doing? But of course I was, my dear fellow, watching intently from the shadows as always. Well, make your presence known next time.
Mr. Sholmes, what's this about? What's all this then?
Something which occurs to me with some regularity, Mrs. Sato, is this. Why do detectives insist on such an ex post facto modus operandi? Why solve a case after it's happened, instead of preventing a case before it happens? That is what sets a great detective apart. What do you mean? Oh, that rat's dead as hell. Uh-oh. There is a case waiting to happen under our very noses, Mr. Naruhodo. So let us avert disaster. Let us prevent this case from ever happening, with nothing but careful observation. All right. All the clues you need are set before you. You need only look, and you cannot fail to see.
You can do it, Mr. Naruhodo. I know you can.
I wonder if that rat has anything to do with it. It's dead as hell. I want to look at the letter first, though. Definitely feels as though this card must be relevant. I mean, when I first arrived, Miss Green was standing with it in her hand, in what can only be described as a very tense atmosphere.
Yes, it may very well be related to whatever incident Mr. Sholmes believes was about to happen here. Perhaps we should ask Miss Green about it.
No. I'm just gonna ask her about the rat, the dead rat. The mouse seems to be dead. Look, I didn't notice it there before, did you?
I think perhaps it drank the medicine that spilled out of the bottle. But that's the bottle that Miss Green was about to drink from when we arrived!
You don't think...
Ah, I see you've come to appreciate the true nature of this scene. That a tragedy was about to take place. Yes, I think it's falling into place. Uh-oh. Don't do it, Olive. Miss Green, the contents of the bottle you had before has spilt out on the floor, and the poor mouse that drank it has sadly died. Ah, I think it's clear that the bottle must have contained a powerful poison.
Don't worry. I will attend to the mouse presently.
Do a little prayer or whatever. Miss Green, were you intending to go the same way as that rodent? To take your own life?
Ah! Once we'd left, you would have put it to your lips again, wouldn't you? And taken the poison. No! Miss Green, please! Please talk to us!
Alright, talk to me, baby.
Suicide.
10 seconds later, we would have arrived at a very different scene here. In all probability, we would not have enjoyed this most delightful conversation. Of course, perhaps it hasn't been quite so delightful from your perspective, Miss Green. Actually, in a way, now that everything's out in the open, I feel like a weight has been lifted. Tell me, how did you acquire that medicine? Well, within this being a hospital and all, when the doctor comes to examine me in the mornings, he always leaves the medicine cabinet open for a while, so I snuck this out when he wasn't looking. It conspicuously lacks a label. I wonder what it contains. I'm afraid I don't really know, but I thought if I drank it, I might just stop the pain somehow.
Oh, please, Miss Green, don't talk of such things.
Well, it seems clear now that it contains poison. Why is there poison in the hospital?
Yes, that poor little mouse is proof of that.
Oh no! Oh, it's all my fault. What have I done? I shall remove this to my office, Miss Green. I take it you have no objection?
No, none. Neither the sender's name or address appear to be written on the envelope of the card.
Oh. Wait. Is that... Oh, it matches! What the hell? It arrived by post at my home the day before the incident that put me in the hospital here. I have information regarding the death of Duncan Ross. Come to the Slug and Salad. The Slug and Salad on Briar Road at 5 p.m. on the 17th. Don't tell anybody else about this letter or the meeting. It is a matter of utmost importance. Oh, interessante, baby. Wait a minute. The 17th of this month? That's the day you were stabbed on Briar Road.
And 5 p.m.
is precisely the time when the incident occurred. The Slug and Salad, yes, a pub on the northern corner of Briar Road. Briar Road being the street that Mr. Garridib's house is on.
Does that mean that?
Yes, I'm sure you've guessed. That day when I was struck in the back by the knife, I was actually on my way to the Slug and Salad.
Goodness!
So that's what you were doing on Briar Road that day. I'm sorry I didn't say anything before. Grabbing that key. I think I really will have to ask you to excuse me now. Well, have fun at Home Depot! Boo, 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 boo! I told you everything. Yes, I'm very sorry to have drug up such painful memories for you. No, it's fine.
Miss Green, please promise me you won't try to do anything like that again.
Yes, don't worry. Your detective friend has the bottle now anyway. And besides, I've been stabbed in the back and had a close shave with a bottle of poison, and I'm still here. I think I'm destined to see things through to the end. It might sound a little conceited, but, well, that's how this has all made me feel. Leaving Miss Green and St. Bartholomew's behind, we made our way back to Baker Street with Mr. Sholmes. Sholmes said a whole lot of stuff, probably. Well, it would appear we've reached the end of the investigative trail for today. Yes, it's late. And Mr. Naruhodo? Did you discover anything that may be of use to you in court tomorrow, do you think? Details about Mr. Shamspear, Mr. Garrideb's lodgings, the convict Selden. There are many facets to this case, and we've yet to see to the heart of it, if you ask me. That's my feeling, anyway.
I can't help wondering about the results of the analysis. Into Mr.
Natsume's tea, you mean?
Yes. Will they have found strychnine in it or not?
Well, I fear that either way, it will be hard to escape the grip of our friend Mr. Reaper.
Oh dear.
Yes, Baron von Zieks. But I wish you every success, of course, and though I was late to rise this morning, tomorrow will be a new dawn. I intend to spring from my bed at a crisp hour and attend the trial.
Mr. Sholmes, you're gonna come?
Indeed, whatever happens, I shall be there, assuming my eyelids cooperate in the morning. Well, I think we've done all we can. All that's left is to remain focused and keep fighting for Mr. Natsume's cause until the very end. Yeah! Yeah! London, the world's most prosperous city, has home to some 6 million people. But away from the razzle-dazzle down back alleys and behind bricked-up windows, the lonely lurk. Soseki-san had battled long and hard with loneliness during his many months here. And so I felt honor-bound to battle equally hard for my compatriot, to lift the curse that gripped him. As Mr. Sholmes said, tomorrow would be a new dawn for all of us. Ba 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 ba. Hell yeah! Hell yeah, gamers. Well, we're gonna call it a day then. Because next up is a trial. So on next Wednesday, I should be streaming on normal Wednesday, this upcoming Wednesday. We will probably finish the whole trial. It doesn't look like each part has like that many parts to it, so probably we'll be okay. Ow! Ow! Just kidding. Did I save? There we go, there we go. I love you all to pieces. Ba 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 ba. Alright, we're gonna find somebody to raid. But in the meantime, as always, I have a few things that I would like to share with you. First up, we have my card. It's a one-stop shop to all things Comfy Catboy. If you want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram or any such, the card's the best place to do that. We also have the link to the Discord. It's a beautiful place full of lovely people, and I would love to see you there. Oh, Clara just got started. Did she now? Oh, did she now? Is she...
Before I forget, I have a date.
She just got started. Perfect. Okay. So, no questions there. And then last but not least is the link to my my YouTube channels. There's probably a channel you like. I'm focusing mostly on the main channel, but I have a couple ideas, or the editing channel, but I have a couple ideas for my main channel that I haven't uploaded a video to in quite a while. And then last but not least, if y'all feel like a spoiling me, there's a link to my Throne, Amazon wishlist, and P.O. Box. Cozy Nice Chair or P.O. Box. If you want to mail something to us in the mail, you can. You can do that. We have the ability. I love you all. We're going to be real cool to Clara. If you are a subscriber, you can copy and paste this message. And if you're not a subscriber and have the means, give it a think. I'd appreciate it, but of course, no pressure. I love you all to pieces. Have a lovely weekend. It's Friday. Oh, actually, so I'm streaming on Wednesday, but on Cozy Cat Girl's channel, tomorrow, we are going to be doing, for Cozy's having a stream-iversary, so we're going to be doing, a Gardic phone at like 8:30 in the morning tomorrow, Pacific Standard Time, with Clara and with Starspice, so... it's all coming up, Millhouse, baby. But you're a subscriber, Sharky. Oh my goodness. You have the power. I love you all. Have a lovely rest of your day.